Today, things are changing on the homestead. When I was young, I loved to change. I was excited for new beginnings. Couldn't wait to see how things unfolded. But I found that as I've gotten older, that's changed within me. I no longer look forward to change quite as much as I used to, because it affects my schedule, because it affects my energy level, because it affects the little universe that we've made for ourselves here. And I'm never quite sure if that change will be good or bad. If I'm pretty certain of the outcome, I can pretend to still be ready for change like I used to be. If I can't, if I am very unsure of how that will affect us, I try as hard as I can to find reasons not to make a change. But for some reason, I don't want to say it's because I don't want to change. I hide behind being a realistic person, or logical, or saying we haven't done this step or that step to prepare for a change like this, or we're just not ready. And I don't know why it is that I've decided that being a person who is cautious to change is such a bad thing. I don't think it is, but I do believe you have to push yourself just a little bit. For example, we've been talking about getting cows for our little homestead for some time now. At first I was excited, but then I went and met the cows that we were thinking about buying, and I realized these cows are powerful animals, and if they don't like me, I could be hurt. And all of a sudden, I was scared. I didn't want to take them home because I am the main animal caretaker in our house. And I was unwilling to tell my husband that I was just a little bit intimidated by these cows. Maybe more than a little bit. So I pushed it off, but finally, everything was set. And there were no more reasons for me to hold off the change. We had a brother-in-law and my sister who happened to have a livestock trailer and volunteered to drive it since they had experience driving large animals. And they went and picked up the cows with my husband. This day, these chores that I'm doing right now, were the last time that I did chores without cows present. And I wanted to enjoy it just in case these cows made my mornings miserable, and my nights. I love watching all of the different birds, the chickens and the ducks. I love the goats and all of their personality and how fun they are. And I just didn't want to see all of that changed in some bad way by mean cows. So, when the cows finally arrived, I was still a little bit excited, but I wasn't really sure how things would go. We opened the doors, the cows ran out into the pasture, and they wanted nothing to do with us. They immediately checked out their new pasture to see what they thought of it, finding grass, finding water, finding the mineral block. We had separated the goats because we weren't sure how the cows would do with the goats, and I think it was the right thing to do, as the first several times the cows heard the goats, they ran to investigate. I have been surprised by the curious nature of cows, which is especially evident in the young cow. Anytime she sees something new, she runs up to it, and I always fear for whatever animal it is, in case she runs too fast and the animal can't get away. So far, she never catches anybody. Cats, chickens, ducks, goats, they can all get away from her faster than she can get to them. However, as the days passed, the cows became used to us. You see, they didn't have any humans visiting them all the time at the home that they were in before. They were just with other cows, being cows, no other animals present either. And so I think it was a little bit curious for them to come here and meet us and our ways. But over the days, over the weeks, they've become used to us and I used to them. And this change is no longer daunting or scary. It is just another part of our homestead. I don't fear that they're going to charge me every time I turn my back. I don't fear them. And I've learned to appreciate the cute parts that are the cows. Whether it's the way they sometimes groom each other, whether it's watching the way they just tear out the grass so quickly. Each one has a distinctive moo, and surprisingly, the smaller cow has the lower moo. And even the way that they will only let me get to a certain point before they turn around and walk away. Someday, I do hope that they will allow us to approach a little bit more. The cows are easy. They are pasture-raised cattle. I am so glad that I finally decided to make this change and took the plunge. And I also have decided it's okay to be a little bit hesitant to make changes and to say that out loud rather than finding reason after reason not to make a change. So, I hope that whatever changes are facing you, if you think it might be something that's good for your life, you go ahead and make the change. And know that whatever comes, you will weather it. And if it's a change that you can't see any good in, then don't do that. Maybe that's not for you. But in the meantime, be brave. Many changes are happy changes, even if in the beginning it doesn't seem so. I hope you are enjoying getting to see the new animals on the homestead. And wherever you are, I hope that the changes you're facing are good ones.